back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be showing some of my games where I kited and talk about what I was thinking during these matches. So this is a match against a Bloody Queen. I'm playing Cord. I was going to go to back gate, but then I saw her in the distance, so I rotated back towards Shack. And I actually went outside of Shack because I didn't want to get trapped. And that way I was able to shoot the main body and transition into church. I saw she wasn't following me, so I went back to the window to wait to see if she left me or if she was still on me. So she just went around to try to cut me off, and so I vaulted back out and went for back gate. So I'm looking at the Bloody Queen right now, and the moment she raised her hand to mirror, I called for Owl. And I got it right there, and I continued to run away, keep transitioning, trying to get to Graveyard, because I know at Graveyard, every hit that I take, I will be able to force either a mirror or the blink. So here I'm just kiting, trying to stall as much of time as possible, keep transitioning. She mirrors, and I was trying to stay out of sight so that she would mess up her mirror, as she did. I got her pallet stun, keep moving, keep moving. She vaults the window here, so I go back towards Graveyard. I know she has blink up right now, so I want to vault that pallet, but instead I just bait the blink by making it look like I'm gonna vault it so that I don't get Terror Shock, because I need to get greedy for the Terror Shock if I make it look like I vault there and I know she has blink. So here I'd go down to the mirror. Maybe there's something I could do, but not very much. The Seer finished his first cipher and is on his second cipher, and unfortunately I died on top of it. I didn't really realize that he was there. So I'm like, sorry, Seer. And I get chaired. And so Bloody Queen is trying to get a hit on the Seer. She starts chasing after him, hoping to put some pressure on him. He takes a hit, and when he takes the hit, I get rescued. And she just used her mirror, so I run straight for mid broken because I want to get as far away from that cipher as possible so that he can peacefully decode it while I keep kiting. And at this point, I'm just trying to get away from the cipher. If I kite longer, that's good. If not, that's alright as well. So I'm actually able to kite out this mirror right here. And so it's just stalling as much time as I can now, hoping maybe the ciphers will be primed by the time I go down. I know that it's a Bloody Queen without blink, so I should be able to kite until her next mirror is up. So I just keep rotating around, staying in this area because I don't want to die in mid-broken. And when she mirrors, I just transition, try to get away. Bait the pallet, make her think I'm gonna try to pallet stun, and just keep transitioning. I drop a pallet for distance, and here I'm just running around it. She thinks I'm gonna vault, so she kind of doubles back a little bit, and I keep on baiting that, and when she goes around there, I go away. Keep moving around, just trying to bait the mirrors. And I know the cipher's primed, so right now I actually try to go ahead and bait her to use the mirror to down me because I don't want to get instantly mirrored. I get a pallet stun here, and the Seer doesn't pop because she hasn't used mirror yet. If I don't get mirror hit, I might go instantly down. So I decided, like, I might not be able to take the mirror hit, so I went into church because I knew she wouldn't be able to easily mirror me immediately after. So I run back in. I'm just trying to loop and stall as much time as I can. I'm keeping track of her mirror, and I realized she wasn't following me inside. She's still outside. vault a pallet for the speed boost. And here the Merc is nearby. I think he was trying to body block so that I could get to gate, but it was too far from the gate, and she did have teleport, so unfortunately here actually the Merc ends up going down, and since the Bloody Queen's at this gate and everyone's forced out, I have to go to the other gate. I was kind of nervous here because I wasn't actually sure if maybe we would end up tying, but I just run for the gate and start opening it. I know I'm across the map. She has to still chair him and then mirror. She can get pretty far with her mirror, but she can't get all the way across the map with it. So I was just hoping I'd be able to get the gate open in time, which I was able to, since she did use her teleport, so she couldn't just teleport to me. So I got the gate open and got out. So this next match is against an Anne on Ever Sleeping. Priestess wasn't banned, so I picked Priestess since I haven't been getting to play her very often, as she's often either banned, it's Arms Factory, or someone else takes Priestess before I get the chance. So here the Merc gets the first kite, and he's just trying to stall some time. The Anne uses her skill so that he can't use his elbow pads, which does get her a hit on the mercenary. And I miss a calibration there, so she realizes I'm there. I'm thinking she's not going to keep chasing the Merc, so I immediately start transitioning, and I go to Corner House. It's one of the best kiting areas on Ever Sleeping. It's a really great loop, and I'm a Priestess. I make loops even better. And here, I just wait a little bit, make sure she's actually still on me, so that I can ping that she left. If not, I thought she was going to go upstairs here, but she ended up, because she had the cats, she was able to see that I had dropped down. So here I'm like, alright, I'm just going to loop 2-story. I have my portals to help me with that. So I do one loop here, vault the window. Here she misses the cats. I portal again, go for another loop. And I also have a Seer Owl to work with. And I don't really want to give any free hits without cats. So I don't go for another loop here because I know I'm not going to make it. Instead, I go for the pallet. And unfortunately, I call for the owl too late after I get catted. So the seer isn't able to give it to me in time. So that's just my bad. And here I'm a little nervous because that pallet over by Corner House has already been used, and basement's here. I don't want to die here. So I go back up, I go for the window, and I'm actually a little lucky. I get the vault off in time that it cancels the cat stun. So I just keep transitioning. I'm trying to get away. I'm far from basement, and I did a good enough kite, so I'm like, I can die here. I'm just gonna keep running. And I wanted to get further towards graveyard, but I didn't, and that's alright. I actually died in a pretty good area. It's away from the ciphers, so she can't really pressure them. And so here I'm just hoping that the Merc's gonna come in for the rescue, which he does go for it. And there's still a Seer Owl in play. It's an almost 3 cipher kite, so we're in a pretty good position. So the Merc elbow pads in, does a good rescue, doesn't even take a hit, and I just run straight for graveyard because Perfumer just popped that cipher, so I know it's a good place to die. It won't pressure any ciphers, and I can just peacefully die there. And as long as someone rescues me again, especially with Seer Owl still in play, we should be able to we should be able to win the game. As long as I don't instantly die, get farmed off chair or anything. So the Perfumer says she's going, but the Anne teleports to the Seer, so he ends up vaulting and going for the save. So the Perfumer ends up just going to the Cypher, and the Seer actually goes for the rescue. I was a little nervous about this because, I'm like, I need the Seer to get me Owl if anything happens. So here I'm just running around kiting, and the Seer is spectating me, but I do have distance. She just used her cats. on the seer rescuing, so you know, she doesn't have her skill up, so until she gets her skill back up, I can kite. And here he actually stopped spectating me because he ran out of time and I was really nervous. So I was able to kite the cats out, luckily. And then the cipher popped really suddenly. I was not expecting it at all. I was kind of scared. But I got the owl, and so I was just trying to stall as much time as I could, you know? At this point, I just need them to open the gate. I somehow juke the hit there, and then I go down, but at this point the gate's open and everyone can get out. So hopefully this gives you an idea of some of the things to keep in mind while kiting. Where are people's ciphers? What are the good areas? Where do you know that you're going to be able to kite? What are the hunter's abilities and what are their skills? How can you counter them? In the Bloody Queen game, I knew most Bloody Queens run blink, so I was expecting a blink. And so when I knew that the distance between me and her was too long for a basic hit but short enough for a blink hit, I didn't take the vault, and instead I used that as a bait for the Bloody Queen. So I got close to the pallet, made it seem like I was gonna vault so that she would blink for the first hit, hoping that she'd get a terror shock on me, and instead it just is a blink on the first hit. That way I get her to use as many of her resources as I can, so that my next kite is easier. It's just kind of about awareness. For the Priestess game, I saw the inn was near me. I knew she was just on the merc, so she's not going to stay on him. She's probably going to switch targets. So at that point, I just ran straight for arguably the best kiting area on the map, especially for someone like me, a priestess, and I abused that for as long as I could. I kind of messed it up a little, but even with that, I was able to stall a lot of time. So yeah, there's just different things you can keep in mind while kiting, finding the best way to use what you have, be it your items, perfume, owl, flare gun, or someone else's items. For example, another seer's owl, someone else's portals that they set up for you, etc. So yeah, that's all for today. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and that's it. Bye bye.